Yo, we are back. Top six predictions updated, and y'all are gonna be like, "Oh, why are y'all changing y'all's picks?" Well, look, if you haven't heard, Virgil van Dijk is gone for 8 months. So if you pick Liverpool, you're scratching your head. You're trying to get your money back because you're like, do you really trust them now? So what me and Jay are gonna do right now is we're gonna do our top six one more time, hopefully, and we'll see how it goes. So, Jake, I'll give you the honors of starting off.
Oh, thanks. The honors. Yeah. I'm going City first. Okay. I'm back on the bandwagon. Um, I mean, man, I had completely written them off, and then Aguero came back, and they just look like a completely different club out of nowhere. And then maybe you get some more rotation at center back when they get healthy with Laporte, and then Kevin De Bruyne is the best player in the league. So it's just hard to pick against them. I think that there's like the least likely that they screw up of all the teams in the league. You
I
know,
think so, yeah.
just coast to the finish line. This is just a run out the clock situation. Just take some points here and there, you win the league. This is where it gets interesting already. At
Oh,
number
yeah.
two, I'm going Tottenham. Okay, um, can't win because they're Tottenham, so
Yep,
they're not number one.
yep.
I man, do they have the two best attacking players in the league right now?
I mean, statistically, yes. The most
Uh,
goals, most assists.
yeah, they've got a good midfield. They've got great fullbacks. I mean, Reguilon with the great assist to Kane
Ooh,
against West
yeah. Hey,
Ham.
and Aurier is playing better now. He's not doing stupid stuff. It's great. So,
Um, then you Cody or yeah, the Darcy in the midfield from
Wolf,
Wolves
yeah.
slipped my mind, and then the World Cup winning goalie Hugo Lloris. I like this team. And maybe Gareth Bale starts putting the ball in the back of the net, and yeah,
They look nice.
I just like them more than these other teams. I don't like them a lot, but I like them more than these other teams. Third, I'm going Everton.
Okay.
It's time. It's time to buy in. This team replaced my Leicester, so I guess when you asked me about that, I should have said yes. But I like what they did with the midfield. I think they're playing well. No, James will show a lot to us. But yeah, they're good. If Jordan Pickford is a C plus goalie, they can walk right into the Champions League, I think.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I really like Everton. I like where they're going, and they're top of the table right now. So yeah. Fourth, I'm going Arsenal because it's Arsenal, and why would they finish anywhere but fourth? Um, Gabriel seems to be a beast. Thomas Party is the real deal. Maybe we figure out how we rotate up top. Maybe we figure out if we figure out a formation, we might go all the way.
Whoa,
Yeah,
whoa.
I like this team. This is the year to do it. If you're going to win one, this is the year to win it because it's wide open for everybody.
Oh, it's wide open. So right
I
now, let me get you. You got City,
Tottenham,
Tottenham,
Everton,
Everton.
Arsenal.
Wow. So no Liverpool, no Chelsea. Woo.
Okay.
Hey, please comment. Please comment. Talk about this man.
Now here
Please.
we go. I'm about to fix it. I'm going fifth, Chelsea.
Okay.
Um, I'm tired of talking about them.
Me too.
I feel like I'm talking a lot about them, and halfway through next year when they're top of the table, everybody's going to come back and try to make fun of me. But I know what they're doing. They're going to go buy center back. They're going to buy Koulibaly, Upamecano, not Rafael Varane. Anyway, um, yeah,
Ooh,
and they'll do the Liverpool thing because that Liverpool team was not great. Then they bought Van Dijk and they won everything. So
that's all it
I,
takes.
I think that's what Chelsea's doing. They got all the attackers. Now they better get a center back. If they don't buy a center back next year, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they were doing, but I'm going Chelsea fifth. I like it. If Werner keeps playing like that, the link up with Havertz, maybe Pulisic shows glimpses of the quarantine, the restart season, what he can
Hmm.
do. Mount is England's second best player right now. I like what this team's doing.
He's great. Mount is great.
And then I've got Liverpool sixth, which is the hardest one for me
That's
because
tough, man.
I look at this team and I'm like, that is not the sixth best team in the Premier League.
It can be, right?
But then I'm like, man, but it's Liverpool. They're the mighty champions of Europe, Liverpool. But when you think about it, what do Trent and Andy do? They
Attack.
just they just go. And now you don't have that dude playing three positions in defense anymore to cover their butts. I think when you look at that back line from a defensive standpoint, Trent, Matip, Joe Gomez, and Andy, that's poor, especially with Adrian behind them. That's not a top 10 back
Hey,
four or
and
back five,
people,
I guess.
and I want to say something real quick because you mentioned something that has changed my perspective. This really has to do with Real Madrid, but you had mentioned like sometimes players are so good that other players look good, but they're really not. And when I think about Liverpool, I think that's, and I'm not trying to say Van Dijk is the almighty, but like they like Joe Gomez doesn't look as good. Andy doesn't look as good. Trent doesn't look as good. It's like, yo, they might not be that good, y'all. And it's crazy.
Yeah. But they get Allison back next month. They've got the best attacking three, top two attacking three,
Yeah.
great players. And Thiago's world class. I mean, I don't. It's just hard for me to put them below six. But the most important part of a football team is the defense and the keeper. And right now, they're really struggling. So I'm going sixth with the hope that Allison comes back and shows out. That's the only way they get top six.
Wow, man. And I think one thing about Liverpool is people forget, like, they really weren't that good. Like, you go back 3 years, there are six, like, getting six is normal. Like, and I think, and I can see that, and I hate to say I can see that coming back, but I mean, you take the glue out, you take the piece that holds the structure together out, things start to crumble.
Yeah.
So, it's crazy that you got Liverpool six. I wasn't man enough to do that. I'm just gonna let you know that now. Couldn't
Okay.
do.
Okay. Actually, here I got to tell you. I got to tell you right now. I had them fifth, and then I got on air, and I just switched. So maybe you'll get some courage too. We'll see.
Man, no, my courage is shot. I got City number one,
Okay.
um, because, and I think you mentioned it perfectly. I won't even go into detail. Just the team you trust the most. Like, you can't trust Liverpool because of the injuries, and you can't trust Chelsea. You can't trust Tottenham. Can't like who?
Yeah.
No, it's the only best option. Um, and then I got Chelsea second, and
Okay.
that is crazy. Yes, I'm a Chelsea fan, people, but I have them second because, like I told you, getting first for us wasn't in our plan, so we don't have to get first. I think also we'll figure it out. But ultimately, the only reason I really think we get second, all the other teams are weird right now.
Yeah.
So it can be an ugly second, an undeserving. Kind of like when Man U got top four last year. It was like, should they really be there? Probably
Yeah.
not. But and I think that's how we'll get there. Liverpool isn't as good. Arsenal isn't that good. Everton is good, so that takes a spot at like it's just the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
I got Liverpool third. Um, just because, like you said, I don't think they're as good. I can't see them falling off as much as you had them. Um, but I think like I look at the goals that should be scored. I think Klopp I think Klopp can lead an injury-ridden team because he's Klopp. And I also think it's crazy. I hate to say it, but like, I think the pressure is kind of off. Like, Van Dijk's gone. I think in the back of Klopp's mind, he's like, I'm probably not gonna win the league. So let me just shoot for top four. And I think they'll get out of Champions League a little earlier. It'll give more time to focus.
The fixture congestion maybe isn't as big of a problem. Not playing 15 games in December. Yeah.
Yeah. So Liverpool third. I'll go Everton fourth. And And I know right now that looks like that's not a success. But I think, hey, I don't think that, hey,
Champions League.
yeah, Champions League, Ancelotti, get him in the league. If you get him in Champions League, hey, the magic can really begin. Um, they'll get more money, and they do have money to spend. So I think Everton fourth, they'll do well. I think they'll fall off because I don't trust, like I told y'all, Calvert-Lewin, do I trust them? Not yet. I do trust James Rodriguez, Michael King, Yerry Mina. Their back line is playing how they should be playing, which is which should be good. So I'll go Everton fourth, but this could be like I don't think it'll be like an Everton is fourth and then next year they go back down. This could kind of be like, Everton's here, y'all. So fifth, I go Tottenham. And this is where it got hard, man, because I can see Arsenal here. I can see, man, like, I'm going Tottenham just because, I guess anybody can really guess why. Somebody's going to get injured, man. That's how the season go. I think Jackson said on the last segment, if Son and Kane stay healthy, they never stay healthy. So,
Yeah.
And you have Bale. That man don't, like, you got three players who don't stay healthy. So I think the blame will be put on Jose. They'll be fifth. Kane will get hurt. Some will happen. And then sixth, which is crazy. I had Man U in the top four in my first one. Now I got them six. But anybody who watches soccer right now knows why I have Man U six. They're ugly. They didn't sign the right people. They're putting their trust in Edison Cavani, y'all. That's who their faith is in right now. So I think Man U gets six. I think Old Gunner doesn't last. It's just gonna be this is a tough rebuild. But yeah, that's my top six, man.
I like it. I don't have any problems with it just because how crazy this league is. I think there are probably 10 teams right now that can play in Europe, maybe 12 teams that could play in Europe, no problem.
Yeah. So here's a question, real quick. I don't have Villa in here. Like, are you just assuming too that they're gonna fall off, or?
It's just hard to pick them. I don't know if they're gonna fall off, but it's just like, man, and I'm prepared. I was prepared to talk about that Leicester Villa game. I think that both of those teams are fighting for Europe. I don't know if that's Europa League, but I mean, is sixth place falling off for Leicester? You know what I'm saying? Like seventh place, is that? I mean, I don't think that they show up. I don't. I mean, they're undefeated right now. That's not going to last.
Yeah.
But something will happen. No, I don't see them doing it. I don't know what'll happen, but I just see them running out of legs. Especially, it's so important for those teams to go deep in cup competitions. They're going to play so many games.
Yeah.
I just don't see Villa hanging out.
And the thing with Villa, remember they were close to relegation last year. So
the final day they got lucky. Yeah.
So like if Villa gets top half of the table, it's like, yo, that's a super improvement. So I think it's just the way you look at it. But yeah, man. Top six, Liverpool, I feel bad for them. But yeah, City will be the champions. Is it going to be a close? So yeah, last question. Is the top four close? Or is it going to be City's up, the rest are close, or City and Tottenham are close? Like, what you think?
I think it's going to be like they say in football. I think everybody's going to beat each other up, and then City are going to run away.
Okay.
I just see them. You see how they play against the Big Six. It's really no problem. They just kind of show up and they do business and they go home.
Yep.
Yeah, I see everybody beating everybody. Maybe even like a United win at home, Chelsea win at home against United. You know, everybody takes 3 points from everybody instead of 6. And I see City winning this by 10 or more points.
I got you. I agree. I think, man, from 2 to about 8, it's gonna be wild. This is a crazy season. I'm loving it. But yeah, so top 6 prediction is done, and now we're gonna talk about that Champions League.